Hello, Backyard Vegetable Gardeners. Welcome to the Backyard Vegetable Gardening Channel. Today is Saturday, November the 16th, 2024, and I sure hope you're having a great day. Well, guys, it's sure been a minute, and I do apologize, but that's just the way life is. Work and family, just life is complicated. And then you try to make the YouTube videos, and it just gets in the way sometimes. And my hat's off to these guys who do it full time, but I've uh, got a job that I work. Me and my wife own an IT company, getting out in the garden as I can, keep things going. And this time of year, there's really not a whole lot to do. Well, it is that time of year, and I should have already done it. I should have got my garlic and my carrots in the ground, and I haven't done that yet. And I've been contemplating on making several videos, and today's video is going to be about our garlic. We'll talk a little bit about that, and just to give you an idea of what I've been thinking about. We always do an indoor office garden every winter. I used to do it during the summer too, but this year I had space to do it outside, and we still got some salad greens out there and some broccoli growing, and we need to get that office garden going. And I've got the boxes prepped, but I thought it'd be a good idea to show you what kind of boxes we use and describe why we use them and all that good stuff. So hopefully when I get a minute, we'll make a video about that. But today we're going to be talking about garlic. And garlic is one of them things here where I live in North Carolina. We're fortunate. We ought to be able to grow the hard neck and the soft neck types, depending on what you want. And we prefer to grow the hard neck types. And last year was the first year we tried to grow garlic. And boy, did it start off great, look good. And then dummy me, I killed it all. Every bit of the garlic. Boy, it was standing tall. It was just beautiful to look at, beautiful to smell. But we just overwatered it and put too much fertilizer on it. And I really only got about 10 or 15 small little bulbs. It wasn't really, they were pearls is what they were. They didn't even clove out. So that was on me. And this year we're going to try to do better. And we'll give you an introduction to garlic. There are three main types of garlic. Guys, I printed this off the garlicstore.com's website. Give credit to where credit's due. Thank you guys for giving good content that was beneficial to me and what I was hoping to learn. The three main types are rocambole, porcelain, and purple stripe. Now, as far as you and me go, we're probably going to be dealing with the rocambole or the porcelain varieties. We'll start with the rocambole. Rocambole is the most popular type of hardneck varieties. They're known to have the very best flavor of any garlic, making them a favorite among chefs and garlic lovers. They have a vibrant, full-bodied flavor that's addictive. It's cold hardy, requires cold temperatures to thrive and develop large, healthy bulbs. And see, that's one of the things that got me last year, where I had overwatered those things and put too much fertilizer on them. I didn't really get very large bulbs. In fact, most of them were pearls that didn't even clove out. Each bulb carries as many as 8 to 10 large, easy to peel cloves that are arranged in a circular design around a central scape. The bulbs are covered with tan or brownish wrappers that are quite thin. Due to the thin skinned bulbs, they do not store long. The porcelain garlic is a popular garlic because it's hardy and its ability to yield large size bulbs. In fact, some of the porcelain varieties can yield bulbs as large as elephant garlic, which is not really garlic, but tastes close enough. It has a great garlicky flavor, is excellent in many dishes. As the name implies, porcelain garlic bulbs are covered with thick, satiny, white wrappers, making them excellent choice for storing. Now, when it comes to the hardneck varieties, the porcelain types, that's the ones you want to grow if you want to store them. As far as the rocambole, it's like 4 to 5 months of storage, and the porcelain garlic stores up to 8 months. Also about the porcelain, it's a moderate flavor with the traditional garlicky taste. Now, what I thought was interesting was the purple stripe garlic cultivars. As we mentioned, it's considered to be the oldest, most genetically close to the original species. They derive their name from the beautiful purple striping on the bulb wrappers and clove skins. Purple stripe garlic varieties are reliably hardy and require exposure to cold temperatures to thrive and develop large bulbs. Purple stripe garlic varieties are among the finest culinary garlic but they vary wildly in taste. They possess magnificently strong, complex, and garlicky flavor that increases with intensity, complexity, and heat as it ages. Some are extremely pungent, whereas others have a very mild taste. Purple striped garlic cultivars are a good choice for cold, harsh environments. Most cultivars contain 8 to 12 cloves per bulb. These cultivars store slightly longer than the Rocambole varieties, and they peel just as easy. So they store in the middle there. As far as the garlic we're growing this year, same place we got them from the last year. We got it from the Hoss Tools Company. We really appreciate them folks. They put out a lot of great content, and their products are very good. We've never bought anything from Hoss that we've been dissatisfied with. And this year, we're going to grow exactly what we did last year. We're going to grow some German white garlic and some German red garlic. I really do enjoy garlic dishes. I really do. I don't know about you, but if my wife brings me a pasta or any type of toasted bread, more than likely I'm going to put some good butter, some garlic butter, and then some garlic salt on it. Really good. My spaghetti's got to have some garlic powder in it. Just great stuff. I enjoy it. Hope you do. So as far as the varieties we've chose the German red variety, and it's mid-season Rocambole garlic with a full-bodied, strong, and spicy flavor. The early variety is quite reliable and has grown a cult following thanks to its unique, full-flavored, velvety taste. Now, as far as that goes, if you like garlic, the German red is a good choice. It's just got a good flavor to it. And the garlic produces satiny white, purple heads, which contain 8 to 9 cloves with a distinct look, and it flourishes in cold weather. Some things to know about the German red garlic. It's hardy in zones 3 to 9. You plant in late fall. We'll skip the sowing part because it's all the same. We'll talk about that in a minute. You harvest in summer. Curing time, dry cool, 2 to 3 weeks, and the shelf life is 4 to 5 months. As far as the German white, it's a large variety, robust porcelain garlic. It does exceptionally well in cold weather climates. Produces large, well-formed bulbs with 4 to 6 chunky cloves wrapped around a hard central stalk. Each clove is loosely covered with an easy-to-peel whitish skin covered with purple striping. When eaten raw, German garlic offers a strong garlicky flavor, but mellows out and becomes nutty and sweet once cooked. It's among the most popular garlic varieties with a full garlic flavor and heat that lingers. It also stores well. It's hardy in zones 3 through 8, and it stores 6 to 8 months. Now, as far as growing your garlic goes, it takes a long time, 180 to 210 days, so you're looking at 6 or 7 months. I would have liked to have planted my garlic about midways in October. That didn't happen. Just life. We had a lot of things going around the house, things going on at work, things going on at the church. So we just didn't get around to it. And like I said, I'd much rather preferred to have already had my garlic and my carrots planted, but that's not going to happen. But that's okay. So if you're going to plant garlic, you need to understand that it's going to take a pretty good while. So don't plant it in a bed that you're going to be expecting to plant in come early spring. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to find another place to put it. And a lot of people grow them in containers, and that'd be fine. But if you want to grow plenty of garlic, you need a bed. And the bed we've chose to use is 4 foot wide and 22 foot long. So I really hope that does as well. So when it comes to your garlic, it's really, really easy. Like I said earlier, there is no seeds. There's just bulbs. And as far as these things go, now, I'm going to try my best. I don't want to do no funky work on the camera here. I'm going to get me a trash can over here. This hardneck garlic, they call it hardneck garlic for a reason. Right in the middle of this thing, you're going to see it. There's a stem right in the middle of all them cloves. Now, what I find the easiest to do to split these things apart, you don't just plant the whole bulb. You split it into cloves. So get you some of these skins off here. You don't necessarily have to, but I find it makes it easier. And then you just work that stem around, and eventually you'll loosen it up. It'll take you a minute or two, but it's really no big deal here. You just got to keep working at it. Don't be too awful scared. You're not going to hurt it. And if you get awful violent, and just like that, it comes apart. We'll just peel it apart and put it in our little bucket here. And we'll take them things out. Hopefully I'll get to do that today. If not, I'll be doing it soon. We'll add it to the video, just piece it in. This will be a good one. Now you can see, same bulb, and those cloves, different size. It's all right. I'm going to pick this one right here, and I'm going to try to get close. When you plant your garlic, you want to plant it with that little sliver up, the pointed side up. You can look on the bottom, you can see where the roots used to be in that garlic. That got to go down. Please don't make the mistake of not caring. Plant that garlic with that pointed side up, or you're going to be very disappointed in what you grow. It might still grow, but it's not going to do good at all. I've never done it. Thankfully, we had good instruction. But the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of people that make that mistake and they learn to regret it. So we're going to do it one more time, and this one's a little bitty one. I really can't believe they would send me a garlic like that, but it's just part of the process, I reckon. It's only got a couple cloves in it. I'm not really happy with that one, but it is what it is, folks. Same principle applies. Get some of the skins off and work the stem and get your cloves. So this one right here only had 2 cloves. Not really very happy with that one. So that's what some of the German white looks like. Now I'll show you what some of the German red looks like. I'll try to keep this short and sweet today. Open another bag here. Try to get a good one. There we go. I think that's a good one. Yeah, that'll be a good one. All right. Not too different. Skin is darker, lighter brown. If you've got some roots, just take the roots off. Again, take some of the skin off. You don't have to, it's not for planting or nothing like that. It's just to make it easier to do what we're doing. And then just kind of wiggle it around. Just work at it. Don't be too awful violent. This one doesn't have quite the stem that the other one did, so be a good example. And once you work it a little bit, there's one. Just work it a little bit more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it looks like 11. All right, so when it comes to planting your garlic, you can see some of these cloves. I don't know if I can do that, folks, but there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and they're all vary in size. So I've got a small one. We'll call that a medium-sized one. We'll have a large one. When you go to plant your cloves, you're going to want to choose the best cloves. The biggest cloves produce the biggest bulbs. Now, I'm going to plant all of this. It really don't matter. I'm going to plant most of this in the bed, and if I have to, I'll put some in containers. But when it comes to planting your garlic, it's really simple. You just want to have some fertile soil that drains well. And the reason you want it to drain well is these are going to be in the ground a long time. They're going to go through a wintering process, and that's what they require. A lot of water is going to cause them to rot in the ground. They're going to grow nothing if they rot and die. So we want to make sure that that soil drains well. You go out there and you put these in the ground. Some people say 1 to 2 inches. Some people say 4 to 6 inches. We always do about in between 2 to 4 inches. That's what we do. Don't really matter. We just take a clove of garlic, stick it in the ground, cover it back up, and go on about our business. Now, we have made furrows. Just take your little hoe, a little rake, anything, a trowel, your hand, just dig your furrow, make sure it's about to where your knuckles in, where your fingers hit your hand, and that's deep enough. And just bury them back up, water it good. And you only have to water your garlic when the soil gets dry. Now, when it starts sprouting and starts growing, you'll have to water it more. But the same principle applies. You don't want to rot your garlic. And this year, we're going to do a much better job at that. I'm going to pre-fertilize the soil, and I don't think I'm going to put any more fertilizer at all on it. I know there's some folks that recommend doing that, but I'm not going to take the chance this year. I'm just going to make sure that the soil's fertile with a lot of good compost, and we're going to just try that route. So folks, as far as that goes, that's all there is to it. And hopefully we'll have some time and we'll get out there and plant this stuff. Well, guys, I don't know if we got enough time to do this. According to my watch, I got about 20 minutes before it starts getting really dark. The sun's already going down. We did get all our garlic split apart. We're going to start with the German red variety. What we did was we started with a hole about a hand width from the corner, the edge of the bed, put a hole. And we did that all the way down the bed, 2 rows. That should give us 64 cloves that we can plant. Now, if you look at your instructions, it's going to tell you space them in the rows 6 to 8 inches apart, and you want your rows 8, 10, or 12 inches apart. That's for a commercial grower. You're not going to have no problem if you keep them 6 or 8 inches apart with a double row like this right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our garlic. Remember, pointy side up. Make sure you put the pointy side up. Don't make the mistake of putting the pointy side down. Just put them in the ground, 2 to 4 inches. Cover them up. And we're going to do the same thing with our German white. And what we got to noticing with our German red is we've got plenty extra, and we left some space in these rows. We might have enough to plant at least another half row of each of these varieties, but we might just take them in and eat them. Sorry folks, we're out of breath. We've been running around here trying to get the last of the stuff. It's not necessarily required, but it's a good idea. If you want to mulch your bed lightly, keep the weeds down. What we're going to use is what we've been using all season, is these coarse wood shavings that we get from the Tractor Supply and Rural King. Can't really beat it. But whatever you want to mulch with is really fine. You just don't want to over mulch, just a light layer here. Help keep your weeds down, help keep the moisture in, because you're not going to water this an awful lot. You're only going to water it when the soil's dry. And as always, when you put your mulch down, do a quick little watering. This soil is already plenty moist because we've had some showers. I'm just gonna keep that stuff in place. And this is a little untraditional here, but we've got no other choice. Last year, we had a severe problem with the squirrels coming through and digging up our garlic bulbs. So what we wound up doing was covering it with some polymesh fencing, and it worked really good. But I don't have any of that this year, and I'm really going to try something different. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to cover it with this piece of light frost blanket. And you might be wondering, well, isn't that going to keep it warm in the winter? Yeah, it might keep it a little warmer. We are going to have to come out here and open it and close it and all that stuff. We're not using this for protection against the cold. The garlic needs to stratify in the cold weather. It's got to have several days, months even, of cold weather, so those cloves won't develop improperly. You want those cloves to turn into big bulbs with more cloves, not just one big bulb of one clove. We call that a pearl. But guys, that's what we're going to do today, and I highly recommend that if you have problems with rodents and squirrels, cats even, digging up your beds, use that fencing method if you can. It works great. Just get you some of that, lay it across the top of it, get you some landscape staples, put it in the top. It worked great for us last year. I'd probably do that again this year if I had enough of that stuff, but I don't. So we're going to go with the frost blanket. Well, guys, we did it just in the nick of time. Had to move where there's some light. It got dark on us, but we did get the garlic planted. Sure am glad that you stuck around the end of the video. If you like gardening and gardening-related content, I sure hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. If you like this video, if you found it entertaining, enjoyable, educational, I hope you hit that like button. It really helps us out. If you know folks that are considering growing a garden for the first time, I sure hope you'll share it with them on other social media. And if you do, please tell them to click on this playlist right here with our Beginner Gardener series. Till we see you again, hope you're having a great day.